We are in chapter 17 in the book, The Eternal Validity of the Soul, SETH speaks. So this chapter is about probabilities, the nature of good and evil, and religious symbolism. So to continue from the past session, we have discussed about the consciousness, and this today is SETH Master is explaining a bit more about consciousness at different levels. So he says there are various states of consciousness beyond ordinary waking awareness. I repeat, there are various states. There are various states of consciousness beyond our ordinary waking awareness. That means, see, like though we are in a wakeful state, or in sleep state, or in like meditative, if we are meditating, so our consciousness, like we are experiencing different, like various states of consciousness. So in sleep we experience a different one, in wakeful state we experience a different. So so these are all the states of the consciousness. So each state, he says, each state has its own reality and conditions, even though most people are not aware of them. So though we are not aware of them, but we experience this. So it's like it is having its own reality. As we experience the physical reality, isn't in a wakeful state, in the same way, each state of consciousness experiences its own reality in its own state. So humans, he says, like humans focus mainly on one center of consciousness, ignoring others. Like, no, only one center. So as we are in our physical body, so we connect mostly to the reality, uh, which is which we feel it more, which is feel it like intense, so which we feel it in a physical reality. So humans, they only focus on one center of the consciousness, so we are not aware of the other states, we are not aware of the other types of other types of consciousness. So all realities, he says, so like these other portions of identity, they exist and they create their own realities, and all these realities are byproducts of consciousness itself. So we are not experiencing some other like going beyond the consciousness, but everything in every state, they are whatever the reality we are experiencing, they are nothing but the byproducts of the consciousness itself. So if one becomes aware of these other realms, so they, like we might appear as different worlds. It might appear as different worlds or dimensions, isn't it? When we are in a sleep state, we experience dreams, and dreams are other realities. Dreams are other, we connect with other dimensions, we connect with other multi-dimensional self of us, and we connect to the other realms as well. So our consciousness is active in that state, it is connecting with different states. So whatever the experiencing, whatever the reality that we are experiencing in different states is nothing but the byproducts of the consciousness. So when entering these realms, perception changes, and according to one's beliefs and expectations. See here, though we are with body, or though we leave our body, these beliefs, whatever the beliefs we carry it in our consciousness, but not in our body. See here, so how, it's not about the memory, it's not about how we have framed the belief system or the expectations that we have. So we carry that in the form of energy, isn't it? uh, Able to understand. So we it's not a complete, a programmed, a program, something that's related to a strong memory. That means we don't carry the memory, but we carry the energy of the memory. Everything is an energy here. Everything that we are creating is from the energy itself. It's not that we all are connected, and our realities are forming. We are creating our own realities with only with the help, only with the energy. That energy is taking in that either in the physical form, or the energy is like in the memory form, or see, like it's in the thought. So as every thought is an energy, formed with an energy, so though we leave our body, we carry our past karmas. So we carry our past deeds uh, in the next lifetimes in the form of energy. So that energy stays in our consciousness. That energy exists in our self. In self is nothing. Self is not about the physical body. It's about the consciousness. So we carry that energy. So in order to, and that energy will one day, when it gets sufficient energy to take a reality, to take any experience. So when the energy matches, then we can experience in a physical form, or in an experience on whatever the experience that the consciousness has to. So here see, in our own realities as well. See, for example, we all get dreams. So in the dream state, we maybe with our mind, or with any person may disguise, any person may cheat or anything to others here with their intellect. But in the dream state, he knows his truth. He can see the exact mirror of what the true identity of himself. In the dream state, he can't cheat in the dream. So, and whatever the behavior that this individual is carrying, it continues. He carries this belief in other consciousness, in this other states of consciousness itself. So the perception. So that's the reason. So when any experience that we had, so we simply sometimes we deny it. So it's just a dream, or is just a thought, a simple thought, or we can see the images of our thought in the in open vision as well. See, we imagine. So as we imagine, even that is an energy. So we are imagining in a different state. Our consciousness is we are creating something with the help of our energy in a different state. Even that is one reality. The imaginations, visualization is also one reality, right? So here, and Seth Master says it's very important, like emotional energies get translated into images. For example, the warmth becomes comforting imaginary, like staying in a cozy place, staying in a home, in a complete, like four walls, surrounded by four walls, or fears become images of demons, he says. So our emotion in the subconscious mind, whatever we have stored, so in type of memory, the dream states, or even in the wakeful state also, the images, or whatever we imagine the fear, or we imagine our emotion in the form of a pictures. So sometimes even during waking life, so a person may briefly shift into another level of consciousness. See, here we are not, every time we are not with the same consciousness levels. Every second, even in every minute, our thought is changing, as our belief system is changing. So as we are grasping the wisdom, the consciousness is also building its own reality. The consciousness also, it directly influences the consciousness. So here, in a wakeful state as well, we are not completely connected to this physical reality, but we are not aware of that. In at some time we are connected with the other consciousness as well. When we have learned this, when we are when we are learning about multidimensional self, how we are connected with the multidimensionals of our own self. So sometimes we connect to one dimension, sometimes we connect with another dimension of our own self, isn't it? So we exchange the thoughts. So here he says, well, it's like we shift from one level to another level of consciousness, and this can cause disorientation, though it can also be intentionally through practice. And we can experience sometimes as sometimes we are not aware of it. In order to when we get practiced, when we are completely aware, we can experience it, and that means we can realize, oh, okay, this is one of the experience that I had. So people, they usually interpret such experiencing using their home state of awareness. I really like the word here, what he mentioned, Seth Master, home state of awareness. Isn't it? The home state of awareness is nothing but the normal state of awareness. So he used the word home here. He is sometimes Seth Master, in the text. That's why we need to read the book. So when we go to certain words, he beautifully, and his full intention, the meaning itself, whatever he wanted to express, he expressed in one word. So he won't express in different, make framing in different sentences. With one word, we can understand how whatever he want to express. He said like home state. So home state is whatever we feel. So like home, when we come to our home, we feel so comfort. So, and also like home, we feel like we own it. Home is like we own it, right? It's our see, like we relaxation set, and like we completely connect with it 100%, like 100% we are connected with that state. So he says like it's a home state. It's a like means a normal state of awareness, that not realizing the difference, because we are completely with the normal state of awareness. And it is not realizing, so we are not realizing the difference here. See, like if a person has not aware of different taste, as if his taste buds are not functioning properly, absent of that function. So whatever he eats or whatever he drinks, he don't feel any difference. He don't feel any difference in taste, isn't it? So when he is aware of, the individual is aware of the different tastes. So as he can intake the sweet, or the spice, or the sour. So whatever he expresses, uh, the taste in his own words, he experiences it the same way. So when we are not aware, though we all are experiencing, all humans, without any doubt. So we are experiencing different states of consciousness, in a wakeful state or in a sleep state. But here we are not aware of them. So dreams, he says, dreams act like animated postcards from these non-physical realms, offering glimpses into broader consciousness. So dreams, we connect with the dreams. We connect we connect a different consciousness through our dreams. So when we wake, so our awareness shift from to physical reality and the imaginary. So in that state, we are completely getting disconnected from the physical reality, and we go to the imaginary world. And when separated from physical focus, like in sleep, so we can better hear inner guidance. So that's the inner guidance. That is the state the speaker uses to transmit the truth or the wisdom. That is the state. So here it is not necessary to be in, to get that state only in the dream, but in a wakeful state as well. When we calm our mind, when our mind is in zero state, like nothingness, we can receive the messages, or whatever the intuitions, or the whatever the speaker want to share with us. Speakers, or we have discussed in the last session that they are the masters. They might be the masters who are helping us, who will guide us, so we can receive the guidance. That means we have to be in that meditative state. The only one thing we have to do is have to be in the present moment. And I have experienced it multiple times. So when I consciously be in the present moment, so then I can experiencing. So I have experienced the vastness of the consciousness. So then I realized why all masters, they say to be in the present moment, because I felt like which I can't express in words. I can't put that experience in words, uh, but here I felt like everything is existing in the present moment. In that present moment, I can go in the past, I can go to the future, and as well, like I can experience the different states of me, and I can clearly I have experienced the difference between the physical reality and the greater reality of my own self, how the physical mind is programming, like lot more. So so when we be in that present states, in the present moment, that's the state that we connect with the other consciousness, with connect with the greater reality. And greater reality is not something which is outside. That's everything is within us. The whole universe exists within us. So one day, uh, in the wakeful state, is I'm not in a meditative state, I'm not meditating at that time. I'm fully aware. I'm doing my own work. So all of a sudden I could see the whole planets and the universe on me. So like the whole universe I could see here with open eyes. So then I came to understand. Then I understood that, okay, so we are the universe, and there is no difference between there is no difference, and universe is existing within us. So till then I got to know that yes, universe is existing within us. But that experience I I completely realized that yes, and we and and we all have um, that state, that we all have that universe. That universe is existing within us. So then I connected to Lord Krishna. So when he opened his mouth and showed to Yashodhara, Ma Yashodhara, the whole universe. So then I thought, yes, even we can experience the same, but he is able to show to others. He is able to exhibit. He is able to make other persons realize he is in that state. So yeah, that's where. So everything is even the consciousness, even the other dimensions, they are in us. So sometimes we switch from each consciousness level. So sometimes we will be in box 1, we will go to the box 4. It's not a series then. We jump randomly. So during deep sleep, so the barriers between realities vanish, and we pursue probable futures or alternative realities, right? And we can choose which probable acts of realities to actualize, so both individually and collectively, he says. And consciousness exists at many levels, like each perceiving different levels of events. And to perceive them, we simply shift our focus of our attention between levels. See, like we shift consciousness, our attention, he says, focus of attention. So when we shift our focus and attention, we will experiencing different levels. And these shifts cause subtle chemical and electromagnetic changes in the body. See, when we meditate and when we feel that bliss, and when we feel that nothingness state, in the thoughtless state, our aura gets changed, and this aura, our aura is it depends on the state of being at that moment. So every time the aura gets changed. And he also says very importantly that these electromagnetic changes in the body, it affects on hormones and the pineal gland. You know, so that's why even the wisdom that we take in, right? So the wisdom that we take in, we shift our consciousness. In the Bhagavad Gita as well, the Sri Krishna has said, like, the Jnanagdi Dagda Karmanam. So when we receive that wisdom, when we learn the wisdom, our karmas, so we cleanse our karmas, and these karmas exist in the form of an energy, as well as these energy, they are in our cells, in our blood, in our each cell, right? So when we receive the wisdom, this light, the wisdom is light, this light changes the cell. And even this one I have seen in one, I have experienced in vision clearly, how a cell is transforming its shape, and also how it is, it is how the black thing, something is there in the spot, and it is getting cleared. And the cells are there transforming with the wisdom, the energy. That's 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 when that's the reason sometimes, like, we can cure ourselves, our body can cure itself. So we have that power. So when we connect with the greater energies, that energy, when we receive in the meditative state, on the dream state, our body gets healed. So see, like in our childhood, some parents, they used to say, when the kids, when we feel sick, they say, like, you take rest, you go to sleep, you sleep for hours and hours, and you will be fine. So no, that's very true. So in the sleep state, we receive that energy, the cosmic energy. But when we meditate, we can receive the 3 times more energy, and that too consciously. And normally, he says, normally you move gradually from wakefulness to sleep without noticing the transition. So in the dreams as well, in the sleep states, we have 4 different states, isn't it? So we experience each state, but we are not aware of them. And as this happens, consciousness turns inward, away from physical data and daily concerns. And between wakefulness and sleep, there is receptive. So like in between state, where telepathic or clairvoyant messages can easily reach you, Seth Master says. This is the time where the speakers, they connect with us. See, like Mahatar Babaji once said, if your mind is clouded with thoughts, it makes me difficult to 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 put some message, to connect with you, he said. Your mind has to be the calm state. Of course we think, but they, how clearly they see the gap between a thought and a thought. There will be a gap between a thought and a second and another thought. So when we meditate, when we practice meditation, the gap increase. The gap will slowly, if we say, like, if I take 5 seconds before, so after when I, in the practice of meditation, I might take like even the 20 seconds or 30 seconds depends on time. So the gap between the thought increases. So in this gap, they want to share anything. So they want to share, they see the gap between the thoughts, and in that gap, so that is the convenient that is the, say, like, convenient state for them to induce something in us. So sometimes when I get in the wakeful state as well, I do get some certain uh, messages. So then I understood, so why only in the so why I'm receiving in the wakeful state? How can I how it's possible to receive in the wakeful state and not in every time? I thought, okay, only in meditation. It's like when I started my journey. So then I I realized, so after getting some experience, I realized, okay, this is how the masters they are doing. So when I'm getting the blank state, when I'm in the blank state, it is when the masters they are just they are transmitting their, or either wisdom or their message. So they are receiving, not only me, we all are receiving that certain in different forms, in intuitions, even intuitions. The masters, they are present on either side of us. They are behind us, but we are not aware of them. We can't see them. So they will be, for every individual, there will be two guides. So always they guide us, they help us. So we all may be experiencing in different states, right? So in these states, like, consciousness can feel as if it's floating. So consciousness is like a floating states when it is free and it is in the receiving state. The consciousness, he says, Seth Master says, it is in the floating state, that is, it is free, it is no. So then you may sense varying physical sensations and sometimes expansion or rising. So we feel like expansion. See, like some they have shared in the other sessions, like she saw herself expanding like a big mountain. That's the state. So when she asked her, what is that? So so later I understood. So she felt uh, the expansion of the consciousness in the physical body. So in the physical body itself, she could see her body expanding like a mountain. So sometimes we feel, and sometimes we fall, signaling shifts in awareness. Even the signals, it shifts in the awareness. See, um, we are just like a satellites, we or like a TV channel. So TV, we receive the signals. So when we shift from one state of consciousness to another state of consciousness, so we also it's the signaling also shifts. So everyone senses that a deeper part of themselves always exists at a normal awareness. And here, the speakers, the teachers help people to understand and experience the multidimensional existence. And here, and also he says that reality, by learning to feel and sense reality beyond the physical, one can perceive the deeper nature of all that is. See, I repeat, by learning or to feel the sense of reality beyond the physical, so one can perceive the deeper nature of all that is. All that is we are that. We can, when we cross the physical reality, when we cross the physical nature of consciousness, we connect to the greater consciousness, that is all that is. Tattvamasi. Even so, and to the greater consciousness, right? The prime creator, the consciousness of the prime creator, the Mula Chaitanya, the core energy. So becoming aware of how consciousness works in physical life, life allows us to notice and connect with the levels of reality which normally go unnoticed. So even this, like, we can experience even the physical life when we are aware of all the experiencing, when we are aware of our thoughts, and we can see how this thought is taking the reality, how is thought is shaping its own reality. So when we are aware of it, even we can change the physical life experiences. And these different states of consciousness are natural, and they can be used practically, he says. Yes. And you can shift the focus again to insight to solve problems, or even communicate telepathically in the sleep state. Earlier, when I in the dream state, so when a master comes to me and when he shares the wisdom, I used to quietly listen. As the days go on, um, in that path, I st- I even started to question the master. I even started to ask my doubts. So before that, I used to just listen, and now I can, like, communication. So it's like we can communicate with the master. So whatever the doubt we have, we can clear that. So and see, in we all have that dream state. In the dream state, sometimes whatever we feel like here that we didn't express, we express in the dream state to that person, right? So here, that's how the block that we carry, sometimes our subconscious mind, it creates the same situation, and it helps us to clear the block, clear that whatever we are carrying from years. So whatever we didn't express in the dream state, so it will make us to experience. We feel like it's so real. Hmm? And he says that you can, just 5 moments, masters. So we can direct healing, even we can direct healing of our body during sleep by setting the intention before sleep. See, we can do anything. So he says, like, before going to sleep, you you we have to think that I'm like positive notes, like some affirmations, think I'm healthy, I'm so good. So it has to register in our subconscious mind. Then already the old program will change into a new program. So we are programming here. So he says, by the like this, you can even heal your body, you can get the healthy body. So you can ask for the help of a speaker in the inner guidance for healing or guidance. You can ask. And this, we can experience, we all have experience, might be. So if you clearly intend a goal or a healing dream, so your dream can help manifest those intentions physically. That's our setting our goals. So we dream for it. If the dream is stronger, if the dream is intense, with full of emotion, the feeling, the stronger that we feel, the faster that we achieve. So often in sleep, we revisit past events, he says, past events, reliving or even changing them. So just before we have said, even we change the situations or past situations, expressing things you couldn't say before, or imagining different outcomes. So this process helps in emotional release. See, why this process? This process will release our emotions. It will heal us. It's like emotional release state. So, and to get inner balance, in order to, our consciousness is working, it's continuous working. It won't take rest. And it is work. It is like, in different states, in different levels, it is continuously experiencing some other realities. And it is not in a it won't be in a resting state. And awareness from one state of consciousness can help us to understand, to use the knowledge in another state. And yeah. And finally, he says, once you know the whatever the symbols, see, like in the dream states, Sometimes if his Seth master said an example, he said, has given us an analogy like fountain. A fountain represents refreshment. So in the dream, if you're experiencing, if you're seeing a fountain, it's like refreshment. So in a wakeful state, when we come out of the dream, by imagining the fountain, you can feel, so when you feel tired or low, you can actually create that energy in another layer of reality. That means we can re-experience the dream in a wakeful state. We can connect to the dream, or we can connect to that the state that we have experienced when we saw that fountain, the happiness. So here, when you are getting tired, or if you want refreshment, you can connect to that fountain again, to connect to the dream. And here we can change the state. So in the deepest parts of the sleep, you experience pure feeling and knowing without words or images. So these pure experiences later, they can be translated into dreams, and when you return closer to the waking consciousness. So finally, he says, like speakers may appear in dreams in many forms, like prophets, historical figures, or familiar friends, depending on what will most deeply reach or comfort the dreamer. They don't carry the name and fame, the identity of them. They don't want to. So as we go to the higher realms, it's only the pure love, the purity exists. So in that purity, they don't carry the self identity as I, a Hanuman, has come to you. They won't say anything. They want to share. Their intention is to share the message. Their intention is to make us to connect with with our true reality. That's the purity of their intention. So they may come in different forms, our close friends, the family members, or the people that we share, that we are open with, we are close as the close. So they come in that form, the physical form, as a friend, as a family member, or anyone. So the creation of dreams is actually very complex and intelligent process. So just as intricate as creating one's physical life, it's simply like another form of living. It's our another reality, dreams as well. It is expressed in different dimension of reality, he says. So this is all about today's topic, friends. And with this, we have ended chapter 17, and we'll go to next chapter, chapter 18. So it's like, even he has explained in detail about consciousness. This chapter 18. Yeah, various stages of consciousness, symbolism, and multiple focus. So in this chapter, he has explained in detail about levels of consciousness, and that will go into the next session. Thank you. Thank you for being. Thank you for staying with us, friends. Thank you all. If at all you want to share anything, you can unmute yourself. Yes, sir.
Very beautiful wisdom, Sharda Garu, and very practical as well. So it is combined with kind of theory and practical. So it starts with how many different levels of consciousness are there, and at the same time, there was one interesting statement that you said, which is, we may leave our physical body, but our understandings on consciousness will move on, which means our belief systems as well will move on. And this comes fundamentally not just as a statement, but as a work to each one of us. Means that as knowing this truth, while we are in this physical body, we have to make ourselves clear of any belief systems that are limiting our journey after we leave our physical body. So when do you do it? You don't do it a month before leaving the physical body. You do it from the moment we enter the physical body, which means this journey is not going to start when one is at, how do you say, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. No, they have to start as soon as they are into the physical body. Means we all, as we listen this, it starts from now. If it had not started in the past, it starts from now. And as well, it falls into our work to guide everyone around us to start this work right away now.
Yeah. Sir.
Okay. So we are not listening to this, we are not listening this wisdom just as information for us. We are listening to this wisdom as homework for us. Homework to our own self, homework to the home that is ours. Just like the home consciousness. Why we call it home? Because our work is there. That is why we call it home.
Beautiful.
So there are various wisdoms that came through, and one other interesting, very, very interesting, was about what is happening in the sleep state, various levels of consciousness, various levels of realities. And the very instant was why this is important. It is to say that how much importance we are giving to our wakeful state of the day, we have to as well give equal, or rather even more, because it carries multiple interesting information and consciousness in the sleep state. When we say more importance, means don't go like the day. How do you prepare your own self? You prepare your own self when you're going out, when you're doing something, when you're living your day. Lots of effort we keep. Equal importance and work has to be done before we go into the sleep state. Just don't eat and then body is tired and then you fall unconsciously asleep. Then you're unconsciously living your sleep. You're spending your night time. Night time is not dark time. Night time is a physical reality disconnection time. That is why the physical world becomes dark, but the inner reality opens up.
Wow.
So don't think dark means sleep. Dark means absence. Dark really means greater realities are awaiting for you to enter into it. So the sleep, we should not just go, have our food, get tired, watching something, fall asleep. No, there should be intent, just like the day. When we have an intent, when we plan our day, when we prepare our own self. So before going into sleep, like you said, have an intent, work on it, prepare your own self, get ready. Know that there are greater consciousness awaiting for our next few hours of journey. It's truly a journey, it's truly a learning, it's truly a growth. So yeah, lot interesting things. I'm sure everyone who is here as well are gathering their fruits, gathering their wonderful learnings. Don't listen just like listening a novel, listening a story. No, take it as if some great change is happening, great shift is happening. So I'm as well sometimes curious to listen to everyone and hear their own wisdoms, because from their wisdom I can learn as well.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
can learn. True. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. It's like additional wisdom added through you in more detailed way. Thank you, sir. Yes, friends, anyone would like to share? Thank you. So thank you then, and let's work. We have work, the physical work as well as Ram sir said. We have inner work. Inner work is more important, right? So, and it don't take any stress. So here, go with the flow, but a little awareness. Right? So thank you. Then let's all connect in the next session, the different topic. Almost we are getting, we are going to end this book. 2 more chapters may be left. Thank you all then. Thank you and namaste. Have a great time.